Hi there, how are you today? Today is Monday, May the 4th. I trust you had a good weekend. Maybe you've been getting out and doing some things a little bit more. I'm not sure. I hope you're doing some things that are fun, not just sitting on your games or the computer because you have to spend so much time at school doing that. A hobby, like Mrs. Dixon likes to play her clarinet, so I pull it out and I play it until I can't play it anymore. So at first it took a while to get where I could play more than 30 minutes because I completely quit practicing for a while. But I'm back at it now. I'm almost to 2 hours I can play before I have to stop. So that's good. So I enjoy playing my clarinet. On Friday, your assignment was, I already lost it. I buried it. Sorry. You had to read chapter 23. And in chapter 23, if you remember when it started, they were all having a party at Gloria Dump's house. And it started to rain. Of all days when you have an outside party, you ever had something like that happen? Where you have these great plans and you get to the beach or you go to a party and the weather changes it all. Well, that's Florida for you, for sure. So everyone made it inside her house. They grabbed as much as they could to save it and bring it inside. And there was one person missing, and it was Winn-Dixie, right? And Winn-Dixie wasn't in there. And if you recall, Winn-Dixie is afraid of thunderstorms, right? So, Opal is now in a full-blown panic trying to find Winn-Dixie. So her and her dad go out and they look out in the yard everywhere. And as they're outside, the twins show up for the party because they hadn't been there at that point. And so they came in and, she doesn't want to take the time to welcome them to the party, but she doesn't have a choice. She's kind of forced to stop long enough to take care of that. So she, invites them in, tells them she's glad that they're there and everything, but it's very reluctant that she did this. And then she took off with her dad to go find Winn-Dixie. But just before she left, Dunlap even offered to help, but then he waved goodbye at her at the end. And we notice he seems to be trying to make a friend with her, or his brother, not so much. So that's kind of where we left, is her and her dad are going off to go find Winn-Dixie. And if you remember at the beginning when he's in the trailer with the storm, he's just flying back and forth inside the trailer, and he couldn't get out. But now he's outside, and if he's outside in this storm, he could be anywhere running. I even had a dog when I was little that we found in a house that my dad was building. And we kept her, but she was also really afraid of storms and would run. And I think that's how we ended up with her at our house, is because she was afraid during a storm and ran so far she got too far away from her home, and we couldn't find her owner, so we ended up with a dog one day. Okay, you were supposed to answer on page 22, turn to that, question number 1. It says, what interrupts Opal's party in chapter 23? And we know that is C, a thunderstorm. And then you had to summarize chapter 23. I thought that was pretty easy. Your answers your summaries don't have to be the same as mine. I'd like them to be different. And this one here was, I just put Winn-Dixie is missing. Kind of explains it all because we know why Winn-Dixie's missing. It was the storm and everyone ran inside. And it just real quickly brings the whole chapter back so I understand it. All right, we're getting close to the end of this. For today, I want you to read the next chapter, chapter 24. Then on page 22, there's question number 2. What does Opal do when she notices Winn-Dixie is missing during the party? Actually, we could have answered that with 23, but 24 will give you a definite answer on it. Also, you need to summarize chapter 24 after you read it on page 23. And then go to page 40, and I want you to add some more facts about Winn-Dixie. after you have read this chapter. So I'm going to hold it up. I'm not sure how the light's doing in here. There you go. There's assignment, and I'll give it to Mrs. Davis to put on the website so you know exactly what it is. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy this. Try not to go too far ahead. I know how that is. It gets exciting and you want to see the end, but remember, it throws off your perspective to answer your questions. So if you can hang in there for a couple more chapters, we'll finish it up this week. Have a great day.